Hi, I'm Kayla, the BookTube Turtle. Today's video I'm going to be talking about the books that I want to read this summer. As I said in my BookTube tag video, I only started branching out and reading more when I discovered BookTube, so some of these books will be new releases, but a lot of them are books that have been out a while. These are books I found out about through BookTube and I'm still catching up. All of the books I'm going to be talking about today are on my Want to Read page on my Goodreads account, which is linked in the description. You can check that out if you want more information on these books. I think how I'm going to do this is by seasons, so like for this one is the summer and it's going to be books that I want to read in June, July, and August. And because I'm also a writer, I'm going to set some writing goals for myself and I'll talk about that at the end of the video. Okay, so the first book is Lord of Shadows by Cassandra Clare. This book came out May 23rd, and it is the second book in the Dark Artifice trilogy, the first being Lady Midnight. This is the series that follows Emma Carstairs and Julian Blackthorne that were introduced in City of Heavenly Fire. You do have to read all of the Shadowhunter books that come before this one, if you haven't. The second book I want to read this summer is Gemini. It is the sequel to Illuminae, which I have right now. I don't have Gemini yet. I got this from the library and I haven't been back to get the second one yet. But I definitely want to read the sequel. I just finished this book about a week ago and it was so good. The Illuminae series, it's a trilogy. The third book isn't out yet though. I think it comes out in 2018. Is a science fiction series that's told in a really unique way. It's told through it's like a document of files. It has things like medical files and interviews and messages between characters and security footage, stuff like this. So it's told in a really unique way, and I think that made it really interesting. And one of the things I was worried about this one is not being as connected to the characters, because it just felt like you weren't going to be as involved. But I felt like the book did a really good job of character development and understanding the characters, even though it's told in such a unique way. Don't currently have physical copies for the rest of these books, but the next one is Since You've Been Gone by Morgan Matson. About a girl named Emily whose best friend disappeared suddenly and left behind like a bucket list of sorts for Emily to complete and to kind of bring her out of her comfort zone and get her to do things that she wouldn't normally do. And the description of the book kind of alludes to the fact that if the main character Emily completes all of these things, it could possibly bring her best friend back. I don't know if that's true. We'll see. The next book is The Dark Prophecy by Rick Riordan. It is the second book in the Trials of Apollo series. The first one is The Hidden Oracle. So this series takes place after the end of the Heroes of Olympus series, which is after the original Percy Jackson series. They're all connected. So I do probably recommend reading those first if you haven't already before you get to this series. Kind of main idea with this story is that the god Apollo has been cast down to Earth to live as a mortal. It's like his punishment from Zeus. He can only be restored by teaming up with some kids at Camp Half-Blood and figuring out how to find the oracles that have vanished. The next two books I want to read are the second and third books in the Darkest Minds trilogy by Alexandra Bracken. The second one is called Never Fade and the third one is In the Afterlight. In this series there was a disease that killed most of the population's children. The ones who survived were significantly changed. Many of them were sent to government rehabilitation camps, and the main character, Ruby, is sent to one of these, and these kids develop like abilities and like supernatural powers. The first book starts with Ruby escaping the camp and teaming up with a group of kids who want to fight back against the government. I can't really say much about what the second book is about without spoiling the first one, and for the third one I haven't even read the second one, so I have no idea what the third one's about. The next three books are all part of the Mara Dyer series. Book 1 is The Unbecoming of Mara Dyer, 2 is The Evolution of Mara Dyer, and book 3 is The Retribution of Mara Dyer. I don't really know what to say for this one. I read the description on Goodreads and it was very vague, so if you want to know what the description said, you can go check that out on Goodreads. But it sounds very mysterious, and I'm not really sure what the book is about, but I'm excited to read it. Last book is Cara Vall by Stephanie Garber. It's about two sisters who attend a performance called Cara Vall, and this show is famous for how it allows the audience to participate. You have to be invited to attend, so at the start of the book, these two girls get the invitation. However, when they go, one of the sisters is taken by the organizers of Cara Vall, and the audience must find her. Like, that's part of the show, is like they have to find out what happened to her. And like kind of like the tagline for the book is remember, it's only a game. So it kind of sounds like a lot of it is this really happening, or is it just part of the show? So now I'm going to talk about my writing goals for the summer. I have been working on a 4-book dystopian series for a little over a year. I talked about it a little bit in the very first video I posted on this channel, where I was doing the Guess the Plot challenge with my brother. I currently have drafts of the first 2 books. For this summer, I want to finish the 3rd draft of book 1. I'm about halfway through draft number 3 right now, so I'm hopefully going to be finishing that up soon. I want to write the 2nd draft of book 2. Finally, I want to outline book 3 and be ready to start writing it by fall. I don't know, that might seem like a lot, doing 2 full drafts within a couple months, but for me, the way I write, the first draft usually takes the longest, and I do different things for each draft, so the 2nd draft usually goes pretty fast, and then I spend more time on on the 3rd draft. I don't know, I might have a writing video at some point explaining my drafting process. I plan on making review discussion videos for all of the books I talked about today. Like I said at the beginning, if you want to know more information about these books, you can find them on Goodreads or on my TBR page on my Goodreads account, which is linked in the description. So comment below if you have any suggestions for which book I should read next. I just started Lord of Shadows. I'm like almost 150 pages in it, but I don't know what I'm going to read after that. Also, just an announcement, I'm planning on usually uploading Mondays and Thursdays, but this Thursday there will not be a video. I have freshman college orientation Tuesday and Wednesday, and then Thursday is the first day of my job, so I'm not going to have time to film and upload and edit and all of that stuff before Thursday. Since I just started my channel, I don't have like a bunch of pre-filmed videos lined up that I could just upload. It might happen in the future once I kind of get into it, but we'll see. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye!